back to Englishlime. So, today's lesson is about stative verbs. You probably think, what does it mean, stative verb? So, I will explain to you. In the previous lesson, I explained to you present continuous tense. So, I hope you remember the formula of that. So, present continuous. Do you remember? So the action going on at the present moment, or temporary action, or planned future, right? So, and the structure is the verb to be, am, is, are, it depends on the pronoun, plus our main verb with ing ending, right? This is the formula for present continuous. For example, I am writing, right? I am writing. Now, so action going on at the present moment. The verb to be, verb write, and ing. So you are listening. You are listening at the moment. At the moment, right? So you're listening at the moment. Verb to be, listen, the verb, and ing ending. So these verbs are used in continuous tense with ing ending. I will talk about stative verbs, the verbs that can't be used like that, right? Special verbs that are used in the present tense, but they don't have ing ending or MSR. So instead of this, we will use present simple. Present simple. So the action is at the present moment with stative verbs, but we don't use it in a present continuous construction. Instead, we will use present simple construction. It means we will use just verb 1. If it's he, she, it, we will add s, right? I hope you remember the structure of present simple. So, I will give you these stative verbs that are not used with ing condition ending, and then we will try to make some sentences. Alright, so stative verbs in present continuous. No ing. I will write down them for you. So, stative verbs are not used in present continuous if it's the verb of sense. So, there are different categories of stative verbs. Stative verbs of senses. So, I will write senses. You know what does it mean, senses, right? Smell, hear, see, and so on. So, the first verb is see. You know what does it mean, see. Hear. Right? Next, sim. Alright, feel. Smell. And taste. Taste. So right now, you remember these verbs that are not used with ing. We use present simple with these verbs. For example, right now, action at the present moment, I see you, right? I say, I see you. I don't say I am seeing you, because this is stative verb of senses that isn't used with ing. So, not I am seeing you, I see you. Still, present moment. I see you now, right? Or, I don't know, it's an exam today. She seems nervous. It's an exam. It's an exam day, for example. She seems nervous. Right? She seems nervous. Here we use see. Here we use seems because he, she, it, we have s at the end. Present simple. I seem nervous. He seems nervous. Right? It's like she looks nervous. She seems nervous. Right? It's about senses. Or for example, I hear you. I hear the noise. I don't say I'm hearing. I say I hear. Just verb 1. Just verb from present simple. Right? Very easy. Alright. Now, the next category of stative verb, we call it verbs of mental activity. So, I will clean these examples. Verbs of mental activity. Mental activity. For example, very popular verbs that everybody knows, I think. The verb to know. Know. Next, understand. Understand. Next one, recognize. Recognize. Next, believe. Next one, suppose. There are a little bit more verbs than verbs of senses. Suppose, mean. Next, remember. Remember. Forget. Forget. Next, imagine. Imagine. And last one, last two, hope. And think. Alright? So, again, stative verbs of mental activity. So, the verbs that are not used with ing. The example, the easy example is, I know you. Do you know me? You know me. Right? So, let me write it here. Or, like that. Here. I know you. I know you. Do you know me? Right? Like present simple, but still it's the present moment. Right? Next one. I understand you. I understand you. Do you understand me? I hope you understand me, right? We don't say I am understanding you, right? Because this is mental activity, no ing. I know, I understand, I believe I can fly. There is a song, right? I remember. What does it mean? Don't forget, right? Always present simple, no ing. All right. Next category of verbs, we call them verbs of emotions. Let me write this for you. Emotions. Emotions. For example, very popular verbs. Love. Next, like. Next one, admire. Admire. Next, hate. Hate. With negative verb. Dislike. 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 Next, need. and prefer. Right? Love, like, admire, hate, dislike, need, prefer. Emotions, no ing. You speak now, but use present simple, no continuous, right? For example, let's take the verb prefer. I prefer tea to coffee. I prefer tea to coffee, right? I speak now. We don't use, you probably never heard like I am preferring strict. I prefer, I love you, I like it, I dislike, right? I hate it, right? Don't hate me, I need you, right? So just verb copy paste. If it's he, she, it, we add s. He hates, he dislikes, he needs. She prefers tea to coffee, right? Very easy. And one more example, for example, I told you, I love you or I love summer. I love summer. Or in the films, usually when people say something, they say, I love you, and they speak now, right? I love summer. I love it. I like it very much, right? So, verbs of emotions, very easy. And there are some other verbs, stative verbs. Let's call them just like extra verbs, all right? Some extra verbs like following. The verb to be, we also don't use in present continuous. Next, the verb to have in the meaning of to own. To own. For example, this is a marker. I have a marker. It's my marker. I own a marker. I have a marker. I have a friend, right? Next, the same verb, I will write it here, own, which is the same with the verb to have, right? Next, belong, and cost. Cost. Very popular verbs that are used in everyday conversations. For example, the verb to be, I am a student. I am a student. You remember to be, am, is, are. He is a student. She is a student. We are students. No being or something. Am, is, are. I am, you are, he is. Right? Next one. I have a friend. Very easy. I have a friend. Do you have a friend? I have a friend. We don't say I'm having something. So I own it. I have it. Right? Or the car belongs to me. Belong. It's mine. The car belongs to me. The car belongs to me. Right? So, and last example is with the verb to cost. How much is it? I don't know. It costs $2 maybe, right? It costs $2. So, how much does it cost? I'm asking with present simple. How much is it costing? No. How much does it cost? It costs S because he, she, it, S at the end, right? It costs $2. So, you see, my friends, there are some categories of stative verbs that are not used in present continuous, but still we speak now. This is kind of present continuous, but the construction is present simple, but it's the present moment now. right? No ing, just verb. If it's he, she, it, s, right? And the same structure for present simple. If it's question, do you, does he, right? Does it, does the car belong to me? Do you have a friend? Does he have a friend? The same construction like present simple. Super easy. So look at these verbs, these beautiful verbs. And as usual, you write some sentences using these verbs, right? So be sure about the translation and try to make as many sentences as possible with these verbs. Try to memorize them. And I want to tell you something, that there are some exceptions which I want to explain in the next lesson. So there are some verbs like feel, smell, taste, admire, think, and have. They can be used with ing, right? So there will be am-is-are plus verb ing, right? So they are some exceptions, like exceptional verbs that can be used in present continuous. I will explain it in the next lesson. So some specific verbs that can be used with ing in some specific situations. Please remember, feel, smell, taste, admire, think, have. 6 verbs that I will talk about in our next lesson. So be ready. Thank you very much and see you next lesson. Take care.